Good morning, investors and traders. Just to remind you guys, I'm not a financial advisor, and I would appreciate a thumbs up for this video for attempting to make a video so early in the morning. But yes, Canopy just had earnings and the stock popped 1.25%. I really don't have too much to say about this. I figured that the stock would pop simply because it fell so much, but the earnings wasn't that great. So according to the article, it says that Canopy was ahead expectation. Analysts were expecting $100 million. They came in, they beat that by $110 million. They beat it by $10 million. EBITDA, net loss was $128. EBITDA loss was $92 million. They lost $100 million this quarter, shipping 1.2 million cans to the Canadian province since launch, strengthening foothold in the U.S. market with launch of shopcanopy.com. We'll see. Oh, shopcanopy.com. I gotta check that out later. So moving down. So as we can see, gross margin revenues was increased from Q1 2021 to Q1 2020. That is a poor comparison. They were comparing from last year's quarter to this year's quarter. A lot of companies do that, but it's still a poor comparison. Gross margin was 6%, guys. 6%. Adjusted gross margin setup was 7%, down 1,300 points versus Q1 2020. That's horrible. Just horrible. But hey, operational expense declined by 23%, so that's a good sign. But yes, horrible gross margin. At least they reduced the S&G. Cash position is in $2 billion because of Constellation Brand giving them another $245 million, but they still have $2 billion of cash. They still will survive for a while and not really decline. But let's look at the last quarter. This was the last quarter for Q4. As we can see, that the net revenues for that quarter only was 107.9 million. So quarter over quarter growth, they made $2 million of revenue. So that quarter over quarter growth, there is no quarter over quarter growth, but their margins were a little better that quarter than it was this quarter, I believe. Does it tell you gross margin? No gross margins. But they had beverages that quarter. This quarter did not have beverages. So yeah, gross margin for that quarter was better. I think it was 17%. Oh wait, operational expenses. Oh, negative 85% gross margin. Adjusted gross margin restructures was 42% in Q4 2020, increased. Okay, so it was 42%. But if we look from a quarter over, from their first quarter in December, which they reported on February 14th, I have it loaded up here. Just to prove you guys, it's right here. February ending December 31st, 2019. Scroll further down. So the cash position that quarter was $2.2 billion. So yes, the cash has been slowly decreasing in size, even with a pump from Constellation Brand. Okay, so yeah, they made revenues of $123 million that quarter versus what they are having now. So they're actually decreasing in revenue from December 31st to now. And think about what's going on right now. Edibles are going on right now. So they're losing market share. Canopy is losing market share to Afria and Aurora. At least that's what I truly believe, because they all have high price products, they have no value brand, and they have no edible products beside drinks. Even with their drinks, they only increased their revenue by $2 million. That's meaning they're losing market share in in dry and other sides of the category. And I think those canned drinks, they already sold through the first batch. I mean, I think the second, third, fifth batch, I think by wintertime, nobody's gonna touch them. By wintertime, by next earnings report, it's gonna be worse, because they have no real edible products. They have drinks, which is probably not gonna sell during this next quarter, and they still have high branded products. So their next earnings report is gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. Like, it's probably gonna be like the same as this earnings report. Maybe it's even gonna go down quarter over quarter. But yeah, Canopy's not a growing stock anymore. They're just like a surviving stock until Europe or United States become federally legal. So yeah, Aurora is, up this morning, but I think this is temporary. Kron is also popping on Canopy's earnings report. Same with Afria, up 13 cents this morning. Tilray is also popping. Tilray is having earnings coming up here, but it's pulling back. Everything's kind of pulling back. Hexo is not really popping this morning. Hexo is up only half a penny. OGI is popping a little bit, up 3 cents, 4 cents this morning. OGI is popping more than everything else. Workhorse. So Workhorse is having earnings today. So far they haven't released any kind of financials yet, but I do plan to live stream this, so please check it out when the live stream goes live. And Solo stock is, I just emailed Bao, and she told me that they are having a quarterly report this week, but they are not having a conference call, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, whatever, that's the reality of it. Anyways, this is it for my video. Okay, I only got to last 30 seconds. Man, my throat hurts this morning so much. So yeah, what is Canopy doing? Canopy is starting to slowly pull back from the small little pump in early morning. But anyways, this is it for my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe for future updates, and have a great day. Bye.